So an obvious influence on me is James Gunn. He's been a mentor of mine. He's a producer on this movie. We worked very closely. Before I had ever met him, I was a fan of Slither. I was a fan of Dawn of the Dead. I was, a fan of his work. And so that certainly has an influence. Growing up, guys like Sam Raimi and Peter Jackson were my heroes. I've probably seen Evil Dead more times than I care to admit, but also Dead Alive, maybe even more. And all those guys, there's an undeniable story that they made these like horror movies. And then all of a sudden exploded into making these massive movies like Spider-Man and Lord of the Rings and stuff. And same with James. James, this guy made Dawn of the Dead. He wrote Dawn of the Dead. And he made Slither, wrote and directed Slither and Super, and then goes on and makes Guardians of the Galaxy, massive movie. So there is this story. But I'm off topic. You did ask me about my influences on this movie. One of the seeds. Really the first seed that kind of where my vision started to grow was this one image in my mind I had of shooting Brandon in the way that John Carpenter would have shot Michael Myers, or not would have, but did. With these like wide lenses, these locked off shots where he's like just lurking back there watching us, and I thought that was cool, and I thought that was scary, and In the Mouth of Madness, another John Carpenter movie, is one of my favorite movies of all time. The Shining, I know that's the most overused response when it comes to what's a great horror movie, but it is just a great horror movie. It's undeniable, but also Aliens. I'm greatly influenced by a lot of the stuff out there. But also Jurassic Park, actually. Jurassic Park, if you look at it, it's a monster movie. It's a monster movie just like Alien and Aliens. And I watched that a few times in preparing for this movie, as well as Unbreakable. Unbreakable was a movie that was the first movie I watched when we started developing this, because I thought it was such like a dark and interesting take on the superhero genre. Obviously a very different movie, but still grounded and gritty and real, and I love that movie. So.